Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Wednesday. Oh, I've not chatted to someone that makes special spirits for ages. Feel like it's been too long. Feel disconnected to the world of special spirits. So tonight we are reconnecting, like this, like some sort of Ricky Gervais office montage of me and Adam. Sounds dodgy. It's not dodgy. It's not that sort of channel. It's not Adam can see me. It's not Adam. Adam. Agree with me, Adam. It's not that dodgy, is it? No, it's fine. Well, it might be. You and Tom and Hannah and Laura making the amazing spirits. Anyway, I'm so pleased to have these guys here because they fill my heart with joy. And I don't say that lightly. I have so much love for the Heaton's Moorhen on a journey to becoming just Moorhen gin, which we'll talk about in a minute. Team. So if you are watching, say hi. We're streaming in, oh Lord, I'm streaming everywhere. I'm streaming on my personal page as well. What's going on? I've gone a bit crazy. We're streaming on the Heaton's Moorhen pen. See how excited? Can you see it? Can't even speak. In the Distillers page, in our lovely Sip and Share Facebook group, and in Gin and in YouTube, and in Gin Club. Whoa, what's going on? So if we haven't met before, where have you been? What have you been doing for the past 17 months? My name is Kate Carney. I do this. Hi, Caroline. I love that Caroline's gone love. I mean, let's ask Adam. Here, let's bring him on. Adam.
Hello.
Do we know Caroline Rigby?
Yes, do know Caroline Rigby. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Kaz.
Caroline. Hi, Tina. Hello, sir. How are we?
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, yeah. Let me think. Chatting to you about a gorgeous gin and tonic with a special offer. I think I'm fine. Thank you.
Well, I put my Iron Man socks on just for this occasion. So.
Do you know what makes me curious now? I'm genuinely curious. What other occasions warrant an Iron Man sock? Like that. Yeah, because you've gone out there and you've said, I'm wearing an Iron Man sock. And I go, okay, what else? Birth of your children, marriage to Laura. Tell me.
I think I've peaked a little bit with that revelation.
For next time, we know. For next time. You never want to reveal the sock choice too early.
No, not really. Yeah. It's a private and confidential matter, that one is.
you know, before we started, and I said, anything you don't want to talk about, you should have gone with sock choice.
The sock choice, yeah.
But it's a bold move. I'm down for it. Little gin setup here. Show us the friends you have with us this evening. What have we got?
So I made this all myself this afternoon.
Look at this. It's like a trifle. I don't know why trifle's like. Yeah. Have you built the shelving unit as well?
I did, yes. I did. I didn't know I had that many swear words in my vocabulary, but this afternoon it certainly did.
Who, between you and Tom, who is your co-founder, who is more capable? I mean, you can say this, Tom's not here. Who is more capable of like building things, like putting something together?
You might start a war here. I'll go with Tom.
Oh,
I'll go with Tom.
You've been kind. Okay.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
So we've got it here. There we go.
Amazing.
Tell us about it, because I know what it's like, but tell us a bit about it. Tell us what it tastes like, how it's made. Give us the background.
Well, it started off as it was a joke made by me, and that's all it was supposed to be.
Adam, I can only see your face. I can see half your handsome face. I'm loving the tonics. I want to see there.
It started off as a joke, really. I said, how about we make a Heaton's gin to Tom, and Tom quite liked the joke. So 3 years later, here we are. The gin, we wanted to create a really smooth gin.
You did.
So something that's not too harsh. So that's why it took us 53 recipes to get to this one, because we wanted to make it perfect, really. So we've made like a citrusy almondy with the honeydew that comes in just to sweeten it off with some raspberries as well. So we found that it worked quite well together and balanced out quite well. So
lots of people have the joke. I've heard this story before. People have the joke and they're like, ha 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 ha. We like gin, we should make a gin. And then most of the time, that's, yeah, let's have another gin and tonic and never talk about that again. Or when we next have a few drinks, we'll joke about that again. But you actually then went, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. Really funny, like, awkward. Hannah's like that. Tom, Adam, I think he's serious. So what was your life until this point? You know, why did you do it's not easy. This is not an easy thing to do. We know that.
Well, having drunk copious amounts of gin with Tom and Hannah and Laura, we felt that possibly like the local area could do with a local gin.
Okay.
There's lots of different gins in lots of different bars. We know that.
Okay.
But we thought, how can we create our own gin? Literally, me and Tom knew nothing, zero, about how to make gin, how to make spirits, what we needed, equipment we needed, just nothing. So we were quite shocked at the amount of red tape that's involved in becoming a distiller. Yeah.
Before you get anywhere near branding and marketing and sales, all of the stuff to get you. So what were you doing work-wise at the time then? And do you do distilling full time now? Do you do other stuff? Like, what were you doing to afford the time?
So by trade, I'm a HGV driver. So I work in logistics at the moment. My profession much talked about at the moment.
I think there's probably, I'm going to say, a lot more money right now in HGV driving.
Yes.
Than there in the gorgeous.
There certainly is at the moment, yeah. And Tom owns his own bar and restaurant in Heaton Moor, actually.
Oh, okay.
So he knows a lot more about this sector than I do, that's for sure. I used to just transport it, that's all.
So you're moving it, and Tom is selling it in his bar, and both one day went, let's make a gin.
Yeah, let's combine our trades and make the gin.
All right, so your lovely partners, Hannah and Tom and Adam and Laura, we've been having this chat.
Yes.
What did Laura and Hannah make of this?
Hannah was really excited. Laura was kind of a bit more, it's one of his schemes again, one of his ideas. Here he goes again, sort of thing. But they've both really enjoyed the experience so far, and really jumped on board with helping us out. Hannah does a lot of the social media stuff for us because I know absolutely nothing about social media. It took me half an hour to figure out how to get on here.
I'm going to tell people. So Hannah does your Instagram and your Facebook. So Hannah is Tom's partner.
Yes.
And it was funny when I was having direct messages with what I thought was Instagram. When the person put a kiss at the end and called me lovely, did I go, I don't think so. Hannah is responsible for your social media. Tina said, we're going to get on to this, Tina. Excuse my ignorance. Where is Heaton? See, we're national. So tell us where Heaton is.
So the Heatons consist of 4 Heatons. So you've got Heaton Moor, Heaton Chapel, Heaton Mersey, and there's one more, Heaton Norris. And they're all a suburb of Stockport in the northwest, in Manchester.
North England, northwest, Manchester, Stockport. It's like
postcode if you want.
So what? So and you live, but wait a minute, Moorhen. You've got Heaton's Moorhen.
Yeah.
And the Moorhen, I mean, is there a lot of Moorhen birds around?
So basically, this area used to be all marshland. It only consisted of one railway line running through it, and on the marshland was loads of moorhens. So that's how we come up with the Moorhen. It's just a coincidence that it's Heaton's Moorhen in Heaton Moor.
I get you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But that's where the actual idea came from, because the area was full of marshlands and everything. So
And you've said to me before that you are looking at like the Heaton's thing is not going to stay forever. Are you going to head more for the Moorhen branding?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, just because, well, number one, it's a bit of a mouthful to say Heaton's Moorhen,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's more because we never thought we would get to this point. We just sort of put it out there, local area. Let's have a bit of fun with it. Let's see if people like it, and it turns out people do like it, which is a bonus for us.
It's a really good gin. And how do you drink it? Like, what's your favourite serve? Like, if you got a way that you or Laura likes to drink it?
Well, Laura's a bit of a wuss when it comes to alcohol. Yeah, she's not the best of drinkers, so she prefers hers with lemonade, like a lot of lemonade, just to smooth it out. I know.
She's on a journey. She's on a journey.
She is. I prefer mine with an elderflower tonic. I think it's really nice with the elderflower tonic. I think it really complements it, or a Mediterranean one.
Yeah.
Loads of fresh berries in there as well, and a slice of lime, that kind of thing. I think Tom prefers his with just normal Indian tonic.
Yeah.
And Hannah just likes it in anything, really.
Well, is it right to say that Hannah's just had a baby as well?
Yes.
So Hannah is now back on gin.
She is.
On that fan.
Yes, I think she's enjoying it as well.
Yeah, I know that pain. I remember. I had it with loads of ice, Mediterranean tonic, and apple actually, which I really liked. And I like, this might sound weird, eating the apple that's soaked in your gin. So it's kind of like a weird sentence, but it's a gin that doesn't need garnish as well, which I think is always really good. How did you decide on the flavor profile? Did you work with another distiller? Because lots of people do that. They kind of look for help, or did you is this the 53? 53
Literally, I cannot tell you. The first 2 years it's just dull as dishwater, honestly. We did everything ourselves off our own backs. We basically bought loads of different gins, and we just taste compared it all. And there's some gins we did like, some gins we didn't like. I think it was recipe number 15. I think it was just. I thought, oh, we're never going to get there with this. Just awful. And then we came across recipe 54, and we both looked at each other and went, yeah, well, it's actually not that bad. It's actually quite nice.
How many times were you tweaking? Like, was this a genuine tweak, or for the first 10, were you going right, totally different botanicals, totally different, really starting broad, or did you know that you wanted to do something juniper, citrusy with a slight almond and honeydew sweetness? Did you know?
Yeah. Well, we always wanted to make sure it was full of juniper, a real ginny taste. With the citrus in there, but it was just a way of sort of counterbalancing the bitterness that you can get from the lemon peels and the orange peels that come through in the gin. So honey was a last ditch sort of addition, really, just to sweeten it off and soften the blow a little bit. And then the introduction of a few raspberries as well, just to add that little bit of a fruity element to it as well. And that's basically how we stumbled across it. But we were doing all sorts of stuff, black pepper, you name it, we were putting it in.
So does this mean there are 50 recipes? Okay, well, let's just list the first 3. Are there 50 other recipes? Christopher has said, any plans to create any more spirits or whiskey? Oh my God.
I tell you, Christopher, if I could create a whiskey, I would. But it's taken me 3 years to do this.
I'm one load ahead of you with whiskey as well. But have you now got a load of recipes that are sat there that you're thinking, okay, this has gone this has gone down well, right? It's gone down well with members. It's an amazing offer. Thank you so much. And I keep seeing on Instagram, you're like, we're in this venue, we're in this venue, we're in this. It seems to be going really well. So that's given you some confidence, right? In okay, there's something here.
Yes, it's been overwhelming actually. We never thought it would get to this point. As I say, like I say, it started off as a joke 3 years ago, and I can't believe the amount of support it's gained. How many people like it?
You're just from the moment we had our first conversation and every interaction, and I've only spoken to you and Hannah.
Yeah.
I've said this to the members as well. Like I really like you guys, and it's also beneficial that you make an amazing spirit, which is brilliant. But you just have a really nice way about you, and and I think there's like a northern thing helps with it as well. There's just
100%. Yeah, I mean, we're probably the most chilled out team you could come across. There hasn't been one disagreement yet. I mean, every time me or Tom come up with an idea, it's like, oh yeah, it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that because we're just so chilled out. We yet to have a disagreement or an argument about something. It'll probably be something like, where you place the napkins wrong on the table. That'll be our first argument, and Tom will flip his lid or something like that.
all of the pent up frustration of 3 years and 53 explodes in a garnish conversation or something.
Exactly.
Nikki, perfect timing. Any plans to bring out more flavors of the gin? Well, we know this one. And show us what you have there, your pink.
Well, we released this a few weeks ago, and it's the pink gin that we've brought out, which is it's a base of our normal gin, but with raspberry flavouring and a little bit more sweeter as well. So that's a recent one, and we are working on a third one as well, which is a more of like a citrusy sort of mandarin and pink grapefruit gin. So we're on recipe 10 for that one so far. So
I love, Adam, how you've just gone, so we're working on a mandarin and grapefruit. Every time I ask someone, what's next, they're like, well, I don't know if I can say. And I love you're like, I'm going to go with mandarin and pink grapefruit. That sounds very. Hey, maybe that black pepper that you mentioned earlier might be a nice little addition to mandarin and pink grapefruit as a little
spicy number.
As a little bit. I always think of, I read so many bottles and so many botanicals that it's hard, isn't it, now to think about new stuff. But mandarin, grapefruit, I don't think I've heard of those two together, and certainly not with something that's got a little bit of bite to it.
It might not come about yet. We'll have to wait and see how the testing goes.
Now you're going to insert the air of mystery, like, who knows?
We'll see what else we have to add to it first to make it actually drinkable. But
we could not wait 3 years, please.
We'll try not to, yeah.
So, any other spirits? I mean, presumably now Tom's bar is getting stocked with, how handy, it's getting stocked with Moorhen.
Absolutely, yeah, it is, yeah. And that's kind of how we figure out how a gin's going to work. What better place to sort of test it out and get people's thoughts on it as well.
How does it know that? Have you been in the bar with Tom and watched somebody drink your gin? Like, because I feel that would be scary.
Yeah, I mean, me and Laura went in not long ago for a nice meal, and I couldn't wait to pick the drinks menu up and see it on the drinks menu. Cool. So much so that Laura actually ordered one as well.
Oh, and now
loads of it at home.
You're like that. We're paying retail prices here, and you just need to go into the garage. I know that feeling. Oh, that must have been it. So that must have been a really proud moment as well, and the same for Tom having it in the bar. So when did you launch? When was your first bottle were out there?
So we launched in June, and we approached a gentleman who owns a few bars in Heaton Moor. He really likes the sound of our products. So he has like a little Citroen 2CV sort of van thing in the front of one of his restaurants. It's quite funky.
Okay.
So he allowed us to do like a launch evening there, where we were giving away like free samples and stuff and selling the bottles from there. So we had a launch night there, which went really well until about, I think it was about 8:30 p.m. and the biggest thunderstorm I've ever seen in my life came over and just drenched everything. It was like 30 people all scrunched under one little umbrella. It was
No.
yeah, but it made it really memorable anyway.
I was just going to say, there's worse places to be than in the summer, in the rain, drinking a really nice gin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we know we've got another potential recipe on the cards, and you told me earlier that you can come on to Sip and Share, so that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Busy doing all of these bar-related things. Hannah's busy on Instagram. Laura's just staying away. I'll drink it. But you'll find, you know what? You'll make something, and all of a sudden Laura will go, "That's my favourite drink in the entire world. That's cocktail." Maybe you could put Laura in charge of cocktail, like mixology.
We could do, actually. That's a good idea. Yeah. We have to give her something. I feel like we have to give her something. Yeah. She's there for moral support a lot of the time, but I feel like she deserves her own little role now.
I think mixology, you know, the way either flavorologist, mixologist, something like that.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I'll have to get her onto that.
And I also know we have the lovely team at Neighbourhood in common, don't we?
Amy and Jack, yes.
So they've been a champion of yours and a supporter of yours since the beginning. Did you know them personally, or did you meet them through the Spirit Space?
No, I met them. I approached them to let them have a sample of our gins, and they said, "Sure, yeah, come round, no problem." So I went round, and I probably had the nicest conversation with them I've ever had. Any of the sample drops that I've been to. So no, they're really lovely. They're really friendly. They've also got a great product as well.
They do. Really good product.
Yeah, they've given me a lot of advice as well, which I can't thank them enough for as well. So no, it's brilliant. Yeah.
They are a really gorgeous team, and they do have a beautiful product as well.
Yeah.
Is that your beautiful lady partner?
It is indeed. Yeah, I thought she might comment.
She's gorgeous. I want to just get a bit closer to her. I'm not going to get too close. You take the cocktails. Nice one. Laura, you and me, mixology session. You know, when the next one comes out, we'll do a tasting night, we'll do a mixology night. Galore. We'll do it. So anything else we need to know about Moorhen Gin before we let everybody get on with their lovely Wednesday evening?
I'd like to say thank you to you, Kate, for allowing us to do all this, getting brand exposure as well and stuff like that, and allowing us to be on Sip and Share. It's been really good for us in terms of getting out there and getting into the nation a bit more, rather than just staying in our bubble of what is Heaton Moor. So
you are very welcome, and that is always the challenge, isn't it? How you take Heaton Moorhen gin outside of Heaton Moor. That's with every brand, that's a challenge. So no, you are very welcome. And we know that you can't make this party in October, but next year, or when the next one happens, Hannah's baby will be a bit older. Laura will be a qualified mixologist by then. I don't doubt it. The next flavour will be out, and between us all, we'll get the Neighbourhood gin guys there. We will party hard.
100%. And I can't wait for it already. I've got it in my calendar already. I booked the whole of October off just for it.
Whatever the date is. Well, please give my love to Tom as well and tell him he got out of it this time. But next time, not so busy, we'll have a conversation together. I'll get the pink gin on Sip and Share. So thank you so much. And honestly, everybody, if you like gin, which I know you do if you're watching this, but quality, smooth. I keep saying it will make a really great martini because it's a very clean flavor profile. I like it with apple, but I just like it full stop. So neat is fine as well. So yeah, well done, team. You've done a really good job, and I wish you all the very best because I think you're both gorgeous.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks very much.
You are very welcome. Right, everybody, we will leave you to your Wednesday evening and see you all very soon. I'll leave you to it, Adam.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah.